The org chart is dead. Enter the era of dynamic teaming. I'm Britt Gage, the founder of All Trades. We're a company completely built around the concept of dynamic teaming. The idea that you can change your work and the team members that are doing your work based on how the work is changing. AI killed the org chart. What does that mean? It means the org chart was originally designed in the 1800s by a railroad engineer, and the purpose of that org chart design was to create structure from chaos. It was meant for early engineers to assign people to fixed roles where there was repeatability in a process, allowing the railroad engineer to scale the output of the organization. That model worked when the bottleneck was human consistency. In the world of AI now owns consistency far better than humans can. AI didn't break your company. It's just revealing what's already broken. AI didn't kill the org chart. The org chart was already dying. AI didn't disrupt a working system. It surfaced cracks in the ones that were already straining. And the companies that struggle with AI and AI adoption aren't behind on tools. They're behind on infrastructure. When you automate repeatable work, which is what AI is really good at, what's left is the work that the org was never designed to support. That's actually the human work, and that is how work is changing. Because the bottleneck was never productivity, it was always organizational design. Most people think that organizational design is a management term that lives high on the enterprise level. It's actually not true. All it means is how do we intentionally think about how we structure our teams for the people that are doing the work? And right now, people are adding AI to already broken systems. The idea that people fit in very clear boxes and that work works inside of a structure that is extremely specialized is just not true. And so people are seeing this AI technology, knowing that it has the ability to transform their organization, and are putting it into existing specialized boxes. Except it's surfacing cracks in an organization that probably was already straining. Because if AI can do some of that functional work within specific specialties, what are the humans supposed to be doing? What can AI do really well, better than humans? And so, what's happening in this age of AI is that the org chart is dissolving and work is coming back to the baseline of tasks and projects. What's happening is it's separating work in a completely different way, in a way that work had already been moving towards. So instead of siloed specialized functions that are designed around a structured chart, what's happening is work is separating into generalist work and specialist work. It's separating into judgment work versus rote work. It's changing the structure of organizations because there is no structure when the pace of change goes far beyond what the structure can hold. And so, what is dynamic teaming? What is a new operating model that sits outside of the traditional org structure that can keep up with the pace of change? At a baseline, dynamic teaming is an operating model built for organizations that are navigating constant change. That's probably your organization because you live in this AI world. You don't have to be an early stage startup or a small business that's facing very quick change as they're trying to discern whether or not their business is existing. No matter the size of your organization, no matter the domain, things are changing really quickly in the world of work. And in order to keep up with how much work is changing, creating an infrastructure from the role level that isn't focused on putting people in boxes, but meeting the work where it's at, rooting people to the right work at the right time, structuring work around the work itself to allow work to move alongside the pace of change. That's dynamic teaming. It's not a productivity hack, it's an infrastructure shift. And you can design it from the very beginning of an organization. If you are an early stage startup or a small business with not enough people to fit into those boxes, you can create a dynamic team directly from the start of your organization. If you're a mid-sized team and you have an org structure, but things fall outside of the work that's in that structure, because that happens with everyone, or things are changing so much that the roles and responsibilities that are set within each specialized function don't keep up with how much things are moving in your organization, you can implement dynamic teaming. If you're a huge organization that's looking at this moment in AI and is saying, I don't know how to implement AI effectively, I don't know where I should fit in agents, I don't know where I should fit in humans, I don't know what specialties I should have on the teams anymore, I don't know who I should have fractionally, who I should have full time, and what falls in between. Designing around all of those problems is what dynamic teaming is. So, no matter your organizational size, if you intentionally think about the organization no longer as the chart of yore from the 1800s, but as a truly movable and changeable way to build teams, teams meaning humans and technology, because this is the world we live in, that can move with you, you are implementing an operating model that will not only build a strong foundation for the work that you're doing, but will help you grow over time. This is basic dynamic teaming. And as you keep watching for more videos, you'll see more of what dynamic teaming is, how to implement it in your organization in different phases, and better understand how to meet this new world of work.